Hi guys, welcome to another beer review, and this is a beer that I picked up from Optimism, and we're going over to Omnipollo, and we're looking at a bottle of the Flykt-soda. I believe how that's pronounced. All I know about this beer is it's described as an American IPA, and I'm not sure how well you can see that, but there's a lovely amount of gunk at the bottom, which I'm looking forward to dredging up. And yeah, it looks a little bit hazy in there, so I'm not sure if it's in the style of New England or not, but well, yeah, now that it's been disrupted, look at that. It's like completely changed colour. So yeah, picked this up from Optimism, as I said. Not heard too much about this one, to be honest. Just sounded interesting to me, so I thought I'd give it a go. And this is clocking in at 7.1% ABV, and it's brewed at Sigtuina Brewhouse. I think, I'm not too sure. Yeah, no English on this one. It doesn't even give you an ingredients build. No real information at all on Untapped. There's probably, yeah, you can find information probably on Omnipollo's website or on various blogs. But yeah, I'm going into this one pretty blind. But yeah, so Omnipollo, of course, the kings, or Hennick, I should say, is the king of the adjunct pastry stout right about now. And look at that nice amount of smoke in there. And yeah, I've not had too many paler beers from Omnipollo. I mean, I've had Nebuchadnezzar, and they did that sort of like session version of that one. Like in a session Imperial IPA, I can't remember what it was. Things like it hopped as if it was like a triple IPA or something along those lines. So yeah, I can't remember too much about that one. What was that one that had like all the aliens, the green artwork, which is there we are, points at it right there. I can't remember what that was called. It's Achiel or something like that. Yeah, my memory's foggy at the best of times. So anyway, without any further ado, let's get this beer poured into the glass and see what we get. Well, that's definitely hazy. Yeah, that is opaque as hell. So beer in a glass then, and look how vibrant that looks in the sun. Yeah, it's got a sort of like a darker look to it, but it's still vibrant at the same time. Reminds of like tropical fruit smoothies almost, or like that sort of fruit juice that's still got the bits in it. But yeah, doesn't that look absolutely fantastic in that lighting? It looks a hell of a lot better than I do right now. But yeah, it's like orange juice, it's breakfast juice, it's haze for days. It's just, you cannot see anything through that at all. No head what to speak of. Yeah, it does look like I've got like fruit punch in a glass. That's absolutely wonderful. I mean, I've had some hazy IPAs, but there's just something about this one. It's just amazing how bold it is and like luminescent. And it's almost like it's glowing. But yeah, it looks absolutely fantastic. So let's see what we get on the nose without spilling it everywhere. And it's got that like lovely breakfast juice aroma to it. It smells absolutely wonderful. It's so citrusy. It's such a citrusy smelling beer. It smells fantastic. Grapefruit, pink grapefruit, a little bit of mango, lovely tropical edge. You could smell the bitterness, if that makes sense. It smells absolutely wonderful. It really, really does. There's like a little bit of a sherbety character to it as well. You get a very subtle resiny note, but you're not getting any of those sort of like oniony, garlicky sort of aromas. But yeah, it's juicy, it's chewy, hop to the eyeballs. But yeah, big like sort of citra character coming through. It's absolutely wonderful, like big like squeeze of lemon. And all those like orangey sort of fruits like blood orange, tangerine, nectarine. Oh, it smells damn good. It smells absolutely wonderful in fact, so let's give it a taste. Cheers guys. It's fruit juice. It's like pure fruit juice. with a big grapefruit bitterness on the back end. Big hits of peach in there. Has a slight tartness, like a sorbet character in there as well. You only get like a slight hit of bitterness on the back end. It's so smooth. It really is. Lovely sweetness in there. Very subtle tartness. Herbal on the back end. You get those very subtle green notes coming through, but not in like that harsh way like some of these beers can be. That being said, it is slightly building on the back end actually. Beautiful burp on it. Tasted really good, as sick as that sounds. Yeah, I mean it's fallen in line with what's really popular now. Is it a stellar example of the style? Probably not. You can pick this beer, drink it, and then pick at least 5 different beers that you enjoy more. But I think this style on its own, it's hard to fuck up. You're going to enjoy these beers no matter how good or bad. Well, yeah, you're always going to enjoy this sort of style. If these are sorts of your beers, there's very few instances where I'm like, that is absolutely awful. I don't think I've had one of these hazy, fruit bowl, juicy IPAs where I'm like, that was disgusting. Some of them, not even boring. I've not had a boring one. Maybe 1 or 2 ones which say like, oh, we're a Vermont style IPA, and it's just like, it's clear amber. How are you a New England hazy IPA? But this is... It's all about the citrus. It's so citrusy. It's lovely. It's crisp. It's refreshing. It's got a nice bold body to it. Not as chewy as some of the others. Not as big in that regard either. But deceptively drinkable. It really is. So let's get the rest of those little bits and bobs in there and pour it in. Oh, look at that. Jesus Christ, that was thick. Anyway, yeah, look at all those bits and bobs. Look how opaque that has become. It's gone turbid now, slightly. That's almost like it's frozen. It's got like a frozen look to it, like an ice pop, like a Solero ice pop or something like that. Just look how thick that looks now. That's absolutely fantastic. I don't think I've seen a beer that's that vibrant, chalky yet opaque at the same time. It doesn't matter where you hold it. It's like there's light inside the glass. That's absolutely phenomenal. It's got like a Werther's Original look to it. That's crazy. Yeah, that's like Iceman pour, turn the filter up, and post on Instagram sort of beer. Looks absolutely incredible. It really does. Let's give it another sniff. A little bit more bready, a little bit more herbal now that it's all in there. Oh my word. That's just like amplified the body, pouring it all in there. And it's smoothened it out. That slight greenness I was getting, that slight herbal edge, flavour-wise, has dissipated. I should have just poured this all straight into the glass in one. Because that feels so much better. It's sort of like tapered off a little bit. It's a bit bolder, a little bit more mature. It's not as in your face. Mind you, it wasn't like very punchy or anything like that. It's when it's rounded and it's all in the glass. That is such a much more satisfying drinking experience of an already satisfying drinking experience. It really is like sorbet or something like that. Like crushed flavoured ice. That's what it's reminded me of for some reason. That's lovely. That really is. I didn't know what to expect going into this one, to be honest. I really did not know what direction this was going in. But that's really good. That is really nice. But like I was saying before, you could have like 10 like tasters of similar beers like this, and there's probably not going to be much in in between each one. It's so drinkable though. I mean, I've just finished drinking the Cloud Water. It's off camera. The Cloud Water Hellas Mandarina, which it's a Hellas beer. It's true that this is more drinkable than like a Hellas beer. It's ridiculous. Peaches. There's that slight turbid, oniony, garlicky sort of flavour coming through now, very subtly. I'm not sure when this was bottled or how fresh it is, but I think this is one of those beers that would really actually benefit from being like a few weeks old, which it may well be. But yeah, Flykt-soda from Omnipollo. I'm gonna have to look up what like the thinking was behind this, because that's a really lovely beer. It really, really is something a little bit different. I'm just amazed at how bold and bright it is in the glass. That's absolutely ridiculous. So anyway, if you've tried this one, then of course let me know your thoughts and opinions down below. In terms of a rating, I'm going to give that one a 9 out of 10. Can't pick out too many faults from it. But I don't think it's a 10 out of 10 beer, because there are so many beers being produced like this now that it is hard to compete with them. Do you know what I mean? There's just so much out there. And yeah, you've got all these like uber hype, hype beast white whales coming from like America, like Trillium, Treehouse, Other Half, Tired Hands, all these sorts of like big, where you trade sort of beers. But in Europe, we're doing those beers really bloody well, and Omnipollo are doing them really bloody well. And yeah, this could stand up to most of them. So there's a lot going on in. It's oversaturated, but in a damn good way, because it's such an enjoyable, satisfying style. So that's the only reason why that's not getting a 10 out of 10. But it's still damn good, and I wish I had like a big tank of it, and then just having it coming out of every tap and faucet in my house. I want that for breakfast, because it's so lovely and rounded. There's no harshness, it's not too punchy, and it's lovely. It really, really is. Plus, it's got wonderful artwork from Karl Grandin once again. So Omnipollo hitting that out of the park again. If you've tried it, like I said, give me your thoughts, opinions down below. If you've tried any of the other sort of like hazier IPAs and pale ales from Omnipollo, or if you've got any just examples that you'd like me to review or look out for, just hit me up in the comments. I've got quite a few Omnipollo beers now on the channel, so I'll put that playlist down below. Check out Omnipollo, check out Karl Grandin. If any of my friends and fellow beer tubers have reviewed this one, their links will be down below as well. And of course, I'm going to put the link down below to Optimism, because that's 2 beers from my order, and they've been damn good so far, so it's very satisfied. A very satisfied, clueless drinker. Anyway, that's the last beer of the night, because I'm in work at 8:30 tomorrow. Fun. And yeah, just thought I'd have a couple of beers, shoot a couple of reviews, and yeah, hope you've enjoyed this review, and more importantly, I hope you'll join me next time for another beer review, when I've got better hair and I don't look like a fucking mushroom. See you guys later.